Hi everyone, welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. It is now Saturday. So I thought we would go over a couple of things here. We're going to go over Bitcoin and Ethereum, what's going on there. They're both down a little bit right now. It's kind of given right now where the market is. We'll also take a look at the Bitcoin miners, not the stock prices, but we'll take a look at Bitcoin miners versus Bitcoin this week. See which one did better than the other. It was a wild week. We'll also take a look at miners' breaking point, their electrical prices review. So I've searched up at least 8 or 9 of these miners that I cover here, and we'll go over the electrical prices that they have and at what point are they in trouble. So we'll take a look at that. And we also have a story on Bitcoin, and the crypto market itself is not in all that bad shape, even given what has happened with FTX this week. So we'll get into that as well. So a lot of stuff to cover, but as always, not financial advice. You guys know this. I'm investing in following coins and companies, and this is for entertainment only. And if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe, helps me out tremendously. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin here really quick. Bitcoin right now is at 16,811. It is down a little bit here on the day, about 1.2% or so currently, and we're not seeing anything good on the RSI. We're not seeing anything bullish on here right now. On the daily chart, 4-hour chart, we can see here that the RSI has been kind of flat. Price has been coming down, not a good sign. We see the same thing on the 1-hour chart. Bitcoin price or RSI has been kind of flat, trading sideways, but it's been coming down a little bit. So we'll have to see how this weekend plays out, if there's any movements or anything like that. But right now, it's just not looking good. Here's Ethereum, same thing. We're seeing the RSI just going sideways. Price has been coming down a little bit. On the 1-hour chart, 4-hour chart, same thing. And on the daily chart, we're seeing the same thing as well right now. So we're looking for reversals on that. And Ethereum is at 1,259 right now. Okay, so let's take a look at also network hash rate. Network hash rate has not changed, it looks like, from yesterday. It is still at 266 million terahashes per second. But we are possibly going to be having some miners coming offline here. And this was back on the 10th. So this is about a day and a half behind the current trend is. I'm guessing that this is going to come down, especially if Bitcoin stays at this current price where it's at right now. Okay, so let's take a look at the first story we got here. And this was from Cointelegraph. Bitcoin will shrug off FTX Black Swan, just like Mt. Gox. This is analysis. So there might not be much new to worry about when it comes to FTX aftermath and Bitcoin resilience. Here's what we have to go by. BTC will recover from the FTX Black Swan event, just like other setbacks. Trading team Stock Money Lizards believes. And I think the same thing. I think there's quite a lot of people in the same sentiment that Bitcoin will recover. It's just going to take a little while. This is a little bit of a black eye for us, but we've been through this before. So in a tweet on November 12th, a popular commentator argued that this week's events were actually nothing new for Bitcoin. FTX, a real Black Swan event, which is true. Despite falling 25% in days, BTC is not doomed as a result of the insolvencies impacting FTX. Alameda Research and possibly other major crypto companies that might fall because of this. We don't know who else is going to be in line, but things will start coming out here shortly. We've already seen BlockFi put out a release that they're having issues because of this, others as well. So we'll see how that's going to all play out. For stock money lizards, the unraveling, while sudden, is not hugely different to liquidity crisis from earlier in Bitcoin's history. We have indeed seen a real Black Swan event, the FTX bankruptcy, it said. The history of BTC is lined with such events, and the market will recover from it as it did in the past. And I wholeheartedly believe that it is going to recover. We have been through these before with Mt. Gox, other things as well. So an accompanying chart flagged similar Black Swan moments from the past, stretching back to the Mt. Gox hack in 2014. And two other notable events were the hack of exchange by Bitfinex in 2016 and the March 2020 COVID cross-market crash that we've seen. Those were all Black Swan events. And here you can see it on the chart here. Hopefully I can get this in for you guys and see pretty much everything that we want. There we go. So Mt. Gox, we had it back here. This was right around 2012. That fell 96% when that happened. We went from almost 300 down to, well, it's showing on here, down to, that doesn't make much sense here. That only went down 96%. Well, we'll go with this. It was down 96% here. Bitfinex was down 86%. Down 84% during the pandemic, and then we were down here, down 77%, which also includes FTX, but we've also had not Soluna, Luna, that crapped out on everybody. That was a big pain that we had here, big drop a couple months back in June. So we've had other things that have had a negative impact on Bitcoin price, but in the long run, we can continue to see that we are going up in the right direction. It's not without some beat downs, but it is going up in price and in value over time. And we'll get through this. We're going to have regulations, like I said in yesterday's video. Those are going to be coming down. I think those are going to be good as long as they're well structured, I guess you could say, and provide protections that we need, but also not stymie the innovation that is within the crypto space, blockchain, and everything else. Okay, so reactions have included frank appraisals of the crypto industry with Philip, co-founder of Trading Suite Data Center, forecasting a multi-year recovery process. So he thinks it's going to be a multi-year. And by the time we get around to the halving event again in 2024, this will be old news, and we'll potentially be going back up. Also, CZ, we've already covered this. CEO of Binance, which at one point planned to buy FTX, has warned that the industry has been set back a few years, which also could be true. And he also said that there might be others that will fall because of this. Meanwhile, the loss of user confidence is already showing up in declining exchange balances. This is actually good. People are getting their coins off of exchanges, putting them into hardware wallets, which is what they should be doing, right? You don't want to have somebody else custody of your coins, because if something happens, you're more than likely to lose those coins. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of great exchanges out there that have not had issues recently or as of late or in the past. That may change, right? Each market cycle is a little bit different. So you got to be careful out there. If you're not day trading those coins, get them off the exchanges. According to data from on-chain analytics platform CryptoQuant, the BTC balance of major exchanges is now at its lowest since February 2018. That's a good thing. The platform is tracked by CryptoQuant, finished November 9th and 10th, down 35,000 and 26,000 BTC respectively. Both days were multi-month records, nonetheless, not surpassing the single-day tally from June 17th, where we saw an outflow of 67,600 coins, which is still not enough. You can see here on the chart, there are still some I would say maybe 2 million coins that are on exchanges right now. That's still way too much. If you get the coins off the exchanges, there is no way that the exchanges can then use those for leverage, or people can use it for leverage, basically loan them out to users for leverage and things like that. I think the price at that point might be a little bit more stable, but we'll see. And then more broadly, voices have been calling on social media users to withdraw funds from custodial wallets. I've been saying that all along. Get them off of there if you're not trading them. And you probably shouldn't be trading all your coins anyways. You should be trading a portion of them. Bitcoin exchanges are run by people who learned that fiat finance. This is Saifedean Amos, author of the popular book The Bitcoin Standard, wrote in part of a Twitter post, gambling with depositors' money is normal and healthy for them because in the fiat system, the central bank destroys the currency to bail them out every time it goes wrong. Here, we don't have this. We don't have a central bank that's going to bail us out whenever something like this happens. It's up to the community basically to bail itself out. So if you got coins on there, get them off. I'm just going to keep saying that until I'm blue in the face, but get your coins off the exchanges if you're not trading them. And, be very, very wary of any services that are saying that they're going to give you yields of 8-10% on anything. That's going to end up biting you in the rear eventually. Okay, so like I said, I think Bitcoin is fine. We're going to go through these little bumps here and there, little hiccups in the road, but eventually we will continue going back up. But this time around, we may have some more regulations to go along with it. So, okay, next, let's take a look at some Bitcoin prices, electrical prices for the miners. So I did a search on a couple of them, about 8 or 9 miners here. First one is Marathon. I just did the search. It came back here that it was just released. Well, this is from December 1st, 2021, so I don't know how accurate this is, but they were saying that they had electricity cost of 0.042 per kilowatt hour, which is actually pretty good. It's not that bad. And now if we take a look at my miner profitability spreadsheet, you can see it here. I have electricity cost at 4 cents right now. network hash rate is about 265 million, which is fine. BTC is about 16,750. We have that at right now. So Marathon right now at this point is still profitable. Now, a lot has changed in the year since they reported that. Main thing is their hardened facility has been shut down. I don't know if that was based on that facility. They are more reliant on Compute North. Compute North, I'm sure is going to be charging them a little bit more for electricity. Not, I don't know how much more, but they're going to be charging them more. And they're also going to be charging them for running those machines. So they need to make money on it as well. So that 4 cents might actually come out to be like 6 cents, 5 cents, 5.5 cents. I don't know where that's going to end up at. It would be nice if somehow the miners were forced to let the investors know what they're being charged for electricity. Make it a heck of a lot easier for us to figure out which one is profitable, which one is not. But even if they are at, let's just say 5.5 cents, they are still profitable on the machines that they do have. And we're only looking at the 100 terahash miners right now. They do have 140 terahash miners coming in later on, but those won't be until possibly sometime this quarter or next quarter as well. So with that, they are still making $1.27, so they are profitable at that point. They do become unprofitable at a Bitcoin price of, let's go down here, Bitcoin price of 13,250. They're profitable at 13,000. They're no longer profitable on those at 5.5 cents, if that's the case. If they are still at 4 cents or close to that, then they would be still profitable at that point. We just don't know. Okay, so there's Marathon. I think Marathon's going to be fine. Let's take a look at the next one here. High Blockchain is also at 4 cents. This was reported. I'm not sure when this was reported. It would be nice to get a date on here. Now we could probably take a look at it, see when that was. Let's take a look so we can find out. This was from 2 years ago. Okay, that was the last I could find on it. So that's from 2 years. I'm sure prices have gone up a little bit. So even if they're 4.5 cents right now for them, if we look at 4.5, Bitcoin prices at 16,750 roughly, they are still profitable, and it'll take them down to quite a bit for Bitcoin to be no longer profitable to mine for them. We're looking at possibly, 10,500, and they're not making anything at the current network hash rate. Okay, so I'm sure they're going to be fine for the time being. And then once Bitcoin starts getting that low, then it's going to become concerning for not only Hive, Marathon, and everybody else. But let's take a look at the next one here. Next one is Argo. Argo just recently reported in September 9th that they are paying spot power price in West Texas averaged nearly 9 cents per kilowatt hour, which is 3 times the average price during the month of August, I guess, in the preceding years. So if they are paying 9 cents on average, that is not good news. They are going to be in some dire trouble here. If we look at it, they're no longer profitable at 9 cents. They're way in the red. Excuse me. They've been having issues. They said that they need basically a cash infusion to stay afloat with their miners. So at 9 cents, they are in real trouble right now. Unfortunately, they would need Bitcoin to be at, right now, if they're paying 9 cents, they would need Bitcoin to be at around 21,500 for them to be profitable on the miners that they have. So that is not good news. But that's just going off what they reported. I don't know if they're getting 9 cents, if they're paying 7 cents, but that's what they're, as quoted as being spot price. I think they have spot price because they don't have a long-term contract with the electrical provider, which is a big mistake on their part. Lesson learned for them, I'm sure. So Argo would be in trouble right now. Let's take a look at Hut 8. Hut 8 reported March 31st. No, it wasn't there. Where did I see it? There it is. This was back in 2018. Its facility is currently operated on power secured at an average price of 3.5 cents per kilowatt hour. I'm sure that has gone up in the last 4 years. Usually power contracts are for like 3, 4, 5 years at the most. That's been 4 years. So if it was a 3-year deal, I'm sure that has gone up. So we're looking possibly 4.5 cents. So they're going to be fine too, based on that, like Marathon and Hive, potentially. And let's see here, 4.5. Get Bitcoin price down to 16.75. And yeah, I mean, they're fine with it as well, depending on if they're around 4.5. If they're around there, they should be fine. Now, they did post a comment on their latest release. I think it was their Q3 release, where they are planning to sue their electrical provider, one of their facilities, because the electrical provider is not meeting the contract's stipulations, whatever that might mean. So there might be some trouble there. They're also saying that they want to charge them higher electrical prices. So that's going to have to be figured out. Hot A's said that they're going to be suing them, potentially if they can't work it out. Hopefully they can get this figured out and we can move forward. But it will be interesting to see if they actually get charged a higher rate on that. So if they get 5.5 cents, well, they're still profitable right now, but it's not going to take them much, they can go much lower before they are now profitable. They will have to go down to 13,000 and they're no longer profitable at 5.5 cents. So hoping for the best for them and being able to get that contract figured out. Okay, so that's, what was that? That was HUT. Riot Blockchain reported in their filing, this was July 14, 2022, looks like, that they are paying a mere 2.5 cents per kilowatt hour for its electricity. I wonder if this is just the supply, not the delivery. If you look at depending where you live, I think most places will have it where you get charged a supply and then you get charged a delivery. Delivery is usually about a penny, penny and a half added onto it, somewhere around there, depending where you live. And then the transmission fees is what they call it, I think. So they're probably around 4 cents as well, so they're fine on it. Then we got Bitfarms here. Bitfarms is at 4 cents. They should be fine as well at this rate. And this is from, when was this posted on, let's see here, that's on their website actually. So this should be pretty accurate. And then if we go to Core Scientific recently said, October 25th, that they are charging their hosting customers about 10 cents per kilowatt hour. So that's really, really not good. If that is the case, those customers that are paying or being told to pay 10 cents per kilowatt hour, which might have been also Celsius mining as part of it, and the reason why they didn't want to pay that extra fee was because they're no longer profitable at that rate. I mean, if you're at 10 cents, that's hurting. That's hurting quite a bit here. They're $2.35 negative on each miner at that point. You would need Bitcoin to be at probably close to 25,000 in order to, oh, maybe not 24. Yeah, you need it to be right around 23,000, well, pretty close to 24,000 right now at 10 cents to be profitable on those miners. So that is not good. Don't know what Core itself is being charged, whether they're adding on a penny and a half, 2 pennies or 2.5 pennies onto that to their customers to make a profit on it. They've been saying that they want to make a profit on it. So even if Core is at 7.5 cents at the bottom end here, and Bitcoin is at 16,000, we know that they've been in trouble and not being able to pay some of their suppliers and whatever else they said, October, November, they are not going to be paying those bills. They're not profitable right now at 7.5 cents either. So they might be in trouble as well. So we got Argo along with Core. Core's customers are going to be in trouble as well. And that could only, that's the tough part. We don't know how many customers they have, when those increases go into effect on those customers, depending on the contracts that they have set up. So we'll see. So unfortunately, the path for Core would be to rework somehow all of those contracts in their favor. Otherwise, they're going to be losing money on it. So not good for Core. Lastly, who do we have here? Iris Energy. Iris Energy provided on September 30th, 2021, that their power cost is approximately 4 cents per kilowatt hour, which is really good. And that would mean that they should be fine. Even if the power increased a little bit here for them, even if it went up to 4.5 cents, they should be fine as well. Some of the other ones, some of the smaller ones, I didn't really look into that much. But you can see here that the majority of the miners, I think, are going to be fine as long as they have pretty good power costs. And we can kind of go through here really quick. Obviously, we know at 7.5, you're not profitable at this current rate. 7, you're still profitable. And let's see, when is 7 not going to be profitable? So 16,500 for Bitcoin, 7 cents is not profitable. 6.5 cents is profitable at 6.5. It is not profitable at, let's see here, at 15,250. 6 cents is still profitable. And at, what is that going to be? 14,000, you're not profitable at that point. 5.5, you're profitable, and it takes Bitcoin at 13,000 to be not profitable at 5.5 cents. 5 cents, you're still profitable, and then we're going down to 11,750, and at 4.5, it takes you all the way down to, I think, like 11,000 for the miners that to be profitable, $10,500. So the ones with the better electrical rate are going to be able to last this much longer. The ones that have higher electrical rate are going to be shutting down. There is no other way to do it, especially since the market is, or the market is not, it's not the market. The lending market is not as eager to, I think, loan out money right now to miners as they were back in last year. Okay. So most of the miners should be fine. Some of the ones with higher costs, Argo, Core Scientific, potentially some of the smaller guys might be in trouble here. Something to be mindful of, and we'll have to see where Bitcoin price ends up here in the next couple of weeks. If Bitcoin stays around this price or goes lower, the miners are going to be in trouble, which is not good. And then we may see some capitulation in the miners as well. Some are going to be going out of business, filing Chapter 11 bankruptcies, things like that. So that will be a real bad bear market. Okay. All right. So those are the costs for the miners, for electricity costs. Now let's take a look at how Bitcoin did versus the miners here this past week. Bitcoin was actually down 19.45% from Friday to Friday. That's when I track it. Core Scientific has done the best. You know, they're at 8 cents, so it doesn't take much for them to get pumped up a little bit. So they're up 24.5%. Greenwich was up 14.81. Iris was up 6.45. BitDigital was up 0.92, and then Bitfarms was down 4%. DMG was down 5.5 roughly. Sphere down 7.5. DigiHost was down 6.6. Riot down 7.7. Hive down 8.8. Marathon down 9.8. Mawson down 11.11. CleanSpark down 12.8. Soluna down 14.4. Argo down on 21.3, and Hut 8 down 26.2. Surprisingly, Hut 8 was down the most here. So you can see it here on that chart. Let's take a look at it here. Descending, and we are on 12 weeks. Go to 1 week. You can see it here quite nicely the way it worked out. Now, looking at the 52-week lows, let's see here, descending. Yeah, it's descending. So Bitcoin is down 74.3% from its 52-week highs. DMG is down 85, Marathon is down 86, Hive is down 88, CleanSpark down 88, Riot down 88, Iris down 89, Hut 8 is down 89, Bitfarms is down 90, BitDigital is down 90, DigiHost almost 91, Sphere down 94, Soluna 94, Argo 95, Green is down 96, Mawson down 97, and Core Scientific is down 98. Core, as we know, has been beaten down here tremendously in the last week to 2 weeks. Okay, let's take a look at the 4 weeks really quick as well. See what's going on there on that. And it looks like, let's see, where's Bitcoin? Number one, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's down 11.5%. All of these miners here did better than Bitcoin, which includes Bitfarms, CleanSpark, Riot, Sphere, Mawson, Iris, DMG, BitDigital, and DigiHost. These guys did worse. Greenwich, Hive, Marathon, Hut 8, Argo, Soluna, and Core Scientific. Best one being DigiHost at 34.15% being up. Surprisingly, along with BitDigital up 4.76 and DMG up 1.78. On the 8 week, let's take a look at that really quick as well. 8 week, where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin is down 11.73%. So DMG, BitDigital, Hut 8, DigiHost, and Marathon have done the best. Marathon being up 3.17%. From there, worst one is Core Scientific, Argo, Greenwich, Soluna, Hive, Mawson, Bitfarms, Iris, Sphere 3D, Riot, CleanSpark. And that's it for those guys. And at the 12 weeks, let's take a look at it here really quick as well. Bitcoin is only down 15.92%. Marathon is down 13.92%, so Marathon has done the best. Then you got Riot, Hut 8, BitDigital, DigiHost, DMG, Sphere, Bitfarms, Iris, CleanSpark, Hive, Mawson, Greenwich, Soluna, Argo, and Core Scientific being down the most. So on the longer time frame, Bitcoin has done better. On the shorter time frame, it looks like some of the miners have done better than Bitcoin has so far. All right, so that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Obviously, it wasn't a great week for us. Hoping for a better week next week. We'll see how it all plays out. We'll see if there's anything else that is interesting going to be happening. But I do believe Bitcoin is going to go up eventually. It's going to take time, unfortunately. Time is what we have. We're in this for the long run. At least I am. I hope you guys are too. And we'll see if we get some good buying opportunities on some of the miners. Bitcoin continues to go down. Be careful what you pick. Do your own due diligence, and do your own research and everything. But this might be a great opportunity. We've seen this before. I've seen it before with Hive. Hive has come down to 8 cents, in 2018, 2019 time frame. I can't remember exactly what year it was, but it was right around there. They were at $3. They came to 8 cents, and then eventually went back up in the bull run that we had last year to, I think, was it $5, $6, $7 per share. So this was before their reverse split. So there is a lot of volatility, but there is also a lot of potential. But you just gotta be patient, unfortunately. Now, the miners, it would be nice to have actual numbers for them as far as what they're paying for the electrical cost. We don't have that, so we'll kind of go by what we can find and hopefully do a pretty good estimate as far as what they might be paying on it. And the ones that are in trouble are going core, like I said, possibly a couple of the other ones, if they're paying a little bit more than that, a little bit more than 4 or 5 cents per kilowatt hour. And yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it. We'll see where Bitcoin goes. But I wouldn't be surprised. Argo and Core are the ones to be really careful with. Okay? That is it. Thank you so much for watching. Spreadsheet is going to be available to Patreon members as always. Thank you to everyone watching. Love you all. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.